Welcome to TrekTrav, I'm Trav. This is a topic video, but we're going to be talking about the Starfleet Academy trailer, Stephen Colbert, and the Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 4 sneak peek. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video. New York City Comic Con, I did used to cover it in like one big video, and this is pretty much it. So I'm going to talk about the Stephen Colbert being a voice in Starfleet Academy.
'Tis I, Stephen Colbert.
I think that it is a cheap grab, knowing that a lot of Star Trek fans were annoyed that Stephen Colbert got cancelled, and a lot of people stopped watching Strange New Worlds because of Stephen Colbert getting cancelled.
My beautiful voice will be joining Star Trek Starfleet Academy as the digital dean of students.
Now, whether it's a direct thing or whether it's just something they decided to do, it seems very convenient. And I like Stephen Colbert, and I think he's fine as a voiceover. I think him joining the Star Trek universe is really interesting. Would have liked to have seen him in it, but beggars can't be choosers. The next piece of little titty bit news is we got a clip from Strange New Worlds Season 4. Strange New Worlds Season 4, the clip doesn't really show anything. They sort of get lost in an area, sucked into like a big swirly orange thing, and then they are lost in an area with some M-class planets, and they go, well, we've got some strange new worlds to explore, essentially.
Well, number one, you wanted a mission on a strange new world? Looks like you got one.
And they do the thing that I have been literally screaming on Twitter, X, Blue Sky, fucking Instagram threads. I want to see more Strange New Worlds in Strange New Worlds. And they imply that we're going to see more Strange New Worlds in Strange New Worlds, which is what I want. I want my Star Trek to explore Strange New Worlds and new civilizations. Now, the real big crux of this New York City Comic Con was the Starfleet Academy trailer, which is a lot. It does imply that it's a bit more teenagery. You've got all of our cadets. There's a villain being Paul Giamatti. Holly Hunter is sort of a bit wacky in this one. We get to see the Doctor. We get to see Tilly. We get to see sort of some returning people. All of our characters and our actors look really good. Special effects look amazing. It's in the Discovery timeline in the 32nd century. And I want to reiterate to all of those fucking negative commenters, the Discovery timeline is a part of the Prime timeline. Stop being a little bitch. As I was frighteningly aware of, I know that everything to do with any link to Discovery means that some fans will just never be happy. This show, the trailer itself shows all of our new characters. It shows our new locations, our new academy / ship, which looks really freaking cool. It genuinely looks fantastic. Like it's a beautiful looking show. My main issue with Starfleet Academy is, and I know this trailer is designed to hook people in, new audience more than old audience, because the old audience is always going to watch, but they want to get the new audience in, so there's a little bit of kissing and a little bit of action, and that's fine. I get that. I do hope that this series, and I think I've said this before, I hope this series explores different cultures and different traditions and different races and different anomalies, and sort of teaches us like we don't know, explores things like, and also explores old races and how they've changed in the last 900 years since we last saw them, which Discovery didn't really touch on too much except for the Orions. And I wanted to see how Earth has changed, and I want to see a much more, while having all of the cruxes of a teenage Starfleet Academy ship with young adults getting horny and doing actiony stuff and having passionate feelings. I also want to see a Star Trek that sort of delves into scientific issues. I want them to explore things like the Prime Directive and why it's important. I want them to explore other regulations or other rules that they have. I want to see a back to basics Star Trek, but also sort of exploring things that older fans will know and enjoy. And I think that they can do it, and I hope that they can do it. I would say that Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti didn't sign up for a series that was crap. They're well-known actors. They've done big-ass shit, like Academy Award-winning shit. So I'm hoping that they signed up because the storyline was so good. We've got a second season already coming, so I really don't want them to fuck up the first season and then we're forced to sit through a second season. I don't think they will. I think Discovery had a huge younger fan base, of which Strange New Worlds probably doesn't hit as well as with Discovery. Whether you disagree or not, that is up to you. But there is a huge Discovery fan base. There is a fan base that is vying for something a bit more emotion, a bit more modern, a bit more progressive, a bit more optimistic. A show that really harkens to a future world of Star Trek. Not so much the sort of nostalgia, familiarity of Strange New Worlds. And I think it's a good companion series. Whether it gets more than 2 seasons, I don't know. But I think in the 60th year, it would also be really good for Strange New Worlds, but also Starfleet Academy, to explore what Star Trek is, what Star Trek means, and what celebrating diversity and inclusion and all of these things and why they're so important. I want the 2 Star Treks, whether they go nostalgia baity or not, I want to see these 2 shows on the air in the 60th year showing us what Star Trek is and what it's meant to be and how good it is. And I don't want to see a return to 1990s politics. I want to see them fully embrace the progressive, futuristic view that Discovery had by the end of the series. And I want to see, and more than Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds has teetered around anything mildly controversial. And yes, it is a much more liked series because those people who don't like progressive values can cover their eyes and go, oh, that's disgusting. They don't have to do that with Strange New Worlds. But I think that setting this after Star Trek Discovery allows for a little bit of catching up with familiar friends. We got the Doctor, obviously, so catching up with a very familiar friend. And also catching up with some new characters and people who have the drive. And we've only ever really seen seasoned officers. We get the occasional cadet, but we don't really see like these kids and their journey to becoming those officers. So it'll be fascinating to see how this series turns out. Anyway, that is the news as far as I know from Star Trek, from the New York Comic Con. I am excited. January 15th for Starfleet Academy. Strange New Worlds, I imagine, will be probably later in the year. And all round, genuinely excited for Star Trek's future. What do you think about these announcements? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on, I believe, Tuesday for a Star Trek animated series review.